Welcome back to day 18 of the Drive-In Exploitation B-Movie Challenge, April 2018. Got in two films today. One is spaghetti. I got into this spaghetti western box. This is 29 hours of spaghetti westerns, 10 disc set. And it's in these little trays, which is, I guess, could be worse, right? I mean, they could be in these individual sleeves, but so yeah, I mean, the little trays are okay. This is a Timeless Media Group release that includes all kinds of films. Anyway, I started on disc one, No Room to Die, 1969, also known as A Noose for Django. It was part of a retrospective on spaghetti westerns at the 64th Venice International Film Festival, and it was directed by Sergio Garoni. This film stars Anthony Stephan, who is in a lot of gialli, and William Berger, the blonde German guy with the four-barrel shotgun that he was so famous for. Anyway, these two guys are bounty hunters, and they team up to hunt down an outlaw gang, and then they kind of basically end up screwing themselves over because they just can't be trusted. It's a good spaghetti western. I enjoyed it a lot. Interesting that Sergio Garoni, who directed this film, also went on to direct SS Experiment Camp, so he got into a little Nazi exploitation and spaghetti westerns. He didn't have a huge array of screen credits. He only had maybe 10. Most of them were spaghetti westerns, and then he did the Nazi exploitation film. Anthony Stephan, of course, has that same stiff-faced look he always has. Oh, and Mario Brega's in this. He's the beefy guy that's beats up in the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. He's kind of the enforcer for Lee Van Cleef. If you guys remember that. I think this is a missed opportunity for this film. The music in this film, and music is such an important characteristic of spaghetti westerns. The music in this film just doesn't quite work. It just doesn't. It doesn't complement the action, and it certainly doesn't propel the action forward. It just seems like it's incongruously laid upon the film, unfortunately, because I think Berger and Stephan actually made a pretty decent duo in this film, but the music, I think, brought it down, which is a little bit unusual for spaghetti westerns. Okay, next up, I watched on YouTube, actually, Bloody Wednesday, which is a 1987 thriller. I want to say this is a slasher movie, but it's not a slasher movie. It's more like a psychological study of a guy that just simply goes nuts and kills a bunch of people. It's based on the events back in the 80s, the San Ysidro McDonald's massacre, where this guy, true story, called up. I guess he called to get an appointment to see a psychologist, and they never called him back, and he just simply, at that point, gave up and went out and shot a bunch of people. So the film is loosely based on those real events. It was shot in '85, then released on the VHS in '88. It is a painful watch, quite honestly. Mark Gilruth directed it, and I think this is his only film he ever did. I can see why. The real killer's name was, in the film it's Harry, but in the real life is a guy named James Huberty. And Huberty was taken down by a SWAT team at the restaurant. Yeah, the film is not particularly interesting in the I guess the deterioration of the main character is not particularly engrossing or believable. And then, of course, with the last 5 minutes of the film, we get the shoot 'em up scene at the end. So even the payoff was kind of done in a matter of fact style. Not very good. I would probably only give it a 3 out of 10. But yeah, you can check it out on YouTube. I was, just trying to work my way through all the 80s films I could find, and Bloody Wednesday is one that I just had not gotten around to watching. So that'll do it for day 18. Thanks for watching.